right.
Cool.
Oh my god. Oh. Hi, and welcome to K-Hole. My name is Biju.
I'm Taylor.
And we're sorry if the light looks weird today. The weather is horrendous in London. So we might look a little more...
Dead.
Intimate. If this is your first time, we are both journalists. We write for a variety of publications, and we've both enjoyed K-pop for a very long time.
Anyway, so today we have got quite a few releases to get through, and we got to apologize. We broke the cardinal rule of doing YouTubing shit and didn't upload content when we said we would. The releases just weren't like that invigorating the other week, so we just thought, fuck it, we won't talk about it.
We are starting with Daya. They've come back with Woowa, which, what did you think?
I didn't really have a lot of expectations. And then I saw that Shinsadong Tiger was attached to it. So I was like, oh, okay, this could be interesting.
For me, that sounds like a fighting sequence in a video game. This feels very strongly like a rebirth because it feels like they've completely renewed their concept. So, you know, going for a completely different vibe, and they're doing it successfully. And I think that if you look at also like the rest of the mini album, the third track sounds like it will be in a drama like Tomorrow. It sounds exactly like a sort of song that's gonna pick up, and that's good because, you know, it's gonna get listened by more people, listened to by more people, and it feels really good as far as like an introduction to Daya for me, but then also a rebirth for the fans, I guess.
I mean, the one thing that stood out for me about Woowa is that second verse rap breakdown, and instead of just being like we're like, whoa, yo, pow pow pow, it's more like there's that Middle Eastern flute. I really like the fact that he's tried to do something novel with readjusting thinking about what that little break sounds like. What I thought didn't come together was that lyrically, it is a space that isn't filled particularly well. Whether that's a choice of making it so that the flute or the instrumentation stands out, but it's not empty, I'm not quite sure what the thinking was behind it. So there's this really amazing build. There's all these trumpets. It's very disco-y. And I'm thinking, yeah, I'm really freaking into this. But then there's that outro where nothing really happens either. I know I'm picking out little faults with it, but I actually like it a lot more than what, you know, it sounds like. I'm actually really into it.
Yeah, no, I'm very into it as well. And I feel like that thing where like just the fact that we're picking out such small things shows that it is overall a strong track. It also feels like, you know, wow, Daya is a band that we're going to pay attention to. So
I would be interested to see if they do pick up that attention, because they've come out with this song at probably any other time would get them a lot more attention, but the playing field has gotten really fierce over the past few weeks.
That is true.
So there's a lot going on, and
and a lot of really good new girl groups.
Yeah, the girl group uptick this year has been like, we're only in, I was going to say February, we're in March, nearly the end of March.
What year is it?
Swiftly onwards
to
Thrilla Killa, which is a title for a song. It sounded very familiar, and I am not entirely sure to what in my brain. And I don't know if it's just the heavy bass or the like production of it or the mixing or whatever, but it sounded for me like early 2000s club music, and not in like a super great way. The video itself was
I've always thought, okay, they sound like someone else. Okay, so there's nothing wrong with jumping on trends because literally that's what K-pop is about. But it always feels like VAV have just kind of come to the party a little bit late. So they've got like a Vic sound, an EXO sound, a little bit of like a shiny sound, and it's like you have to stand out. And you have like two choices. You can either follow the trend and then hopefully pick up some of the overflow, or that you just kind of go, holy shit, fuck it, we'll just do our own thing completely. If people don't like it, they don't like it. But that's the risk
that you're willing to take, yeah.
You know, I mean, they've had good songs. So I really liked Venus. I really liked Gorgeous. It didn't have a chorus, but
yeah,
I'm okay
Gorgeous
with that.
is really good.
They've had 3 lineup changes. So I think that might have something to do with the discrepancy between their sound. But, I mean, I liked Thriller Killa. You got a funk bass, but then you've also got this really echoey stuff, which, you know, like very late 80s, Paula Abdul, Roxette. It sounds like a drum machine.
Yeah,
falling down an elevator shaft.
Just dance.
Maybe that's where the familiarity comes from for me. Like
There's a lot of retro elements to this song, which I really think stand them in good stead because it's so solid and it's so reassuring. But it could be by, I don't know, a few groups.
Musically speaking, it didn't stand out to me, but you know, let's see where it goes from there.
They have got some of the best names in K-pop though. The leader's name is Saint Van.
Oh yeah, Saint Van is such a good name. So Ano, who's the blonde, he always gets the best styling, and it was the same for this video.
Really?
Yeah, I really like his styling, and I think he really like stands out in general in the videos.
All I could think of was, how is his introduction not, "Hey yo, I'm Ano. I'm a writer for a reason."
Oh my god.
What?
Hey, we've been joined by the most important part of this entire thing, Milo. Milo's Taylor's cat, but he loves me the best.
Meow.
Hot debut, yeah, hot debut. Bonbon Chocolat is an interesting name for a track, especially considering that it isn't like a cutesy candy theme. I was very excited about the teaser. I really liked the visuals. I was excited about the styling. I'm still excited about the styling. It's very out there, as in like it's very, you know, there's a lot of looks. They've done quite a few dance covers before, and I was quite excited for the dancing, and I think that's what stood out to me personally in the video. I really like the little horn bit. I don't know. I just thought it was really cool, and I thought it was really uncommon for a girl group because it's quite an aggressive move.
Yeah, I'm in two minds about this track. When I'll listen to it once and I'm like, oh, I really like it. Then I'll listen to it again and I'm like, no, I don't. And then I'm like, yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. For every good bit, there was a bit that fell down for me. So it was a real peak trough kind of song.
So I think a thing that was big for me was that in the start, I was like ready to go. I was like, yes, take me on this journey. I'm ready. Like, and then it kind of it went down. Like you're saying, like there were a lot of highs and lows, and especially I'm a big fan of fast tracks. I'm a fan of more aggressive tracks.
Yep.
So I was kind of gripped by something and then given something else, which felt a little bit like, okay.
There's nothing wrong with light and shade in a track. It's just that I think that they set up the big bits so well that when it kind of went off that tangent, it was so noticeable.
One of the big thing is like, it doesn't feel complete as a track. I think the more I listen to it, the more I kind of get into it. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's giving all it can give.
I think it's really repetitive. I think the instrumental is quite sparse. So by the time we get to like the kind of past the bridge or the break or whatever, I'm like, oh, again? I just got bored. And this is where the kind of two minds come into it, because it starts out, like you said, you're really into it and you're really getting like pushed along. And by the end of it, I'm just like, no, I kind of figured out now why I don't like that.
Bonbon Chocolat overall, for me, again, it's high.
That's right.
Yeah, but
I'm definitely like, out of all the releases we're discussing, that was probably the one I least liked.
So now,
I'm sick. Perish. Yes. I'm a strong woman until I get sick, and then I just fall to pieces like a cheap pair of shoes.
Boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
okay, GWSN, Pinky Star. Such a good video. It's an example of doing a lot, but doing it right. And also I want Mia to just punch me in the face. That tiramisu is...
With the pink hair.
Oh my god. It's just like that entire thing was just a visual feast, and the track is really good as well. So I had never heard of them before.
Really?
Yeah, I swear to you, they've completely gone under my radar.
I think they're being quite slept. I know that's a really easy way of going, they're being slept on.
Yeah.
But I think these girls genuinely are being like overlooked.
Because they're insanely good. And like the full package. That's the thing. There was, when I watched the Pinky Star video, the huge thing for me was like, I don't feel like anything's missing here.
I don't think there's a house / K-pop song that I would be like, I don't like this. Their vocals are quite like sweet, like quite sugary. There's enough going on within the instrumental for me to kind of go, I really like the higher pitch. Doesn't always sit well with me, but this worked. And then they've got that, I think it's, don't quote me on this, I'm not a music major, but it's a marimba, I think.
I'm sorry, I can't listen to marimba without thinking about the ringtone.
Oh no! Wow,
Anyway,
old people sitting here going, "Do you remember ringtones?" I think it's a marimba in there, and it's not a pure. It sounds very electronic, like fucked around with. Maybe it's just an effect. Who knows? But I really love that because it just jangles its way through. And I was like, yeah, this is fucking awesome. I've literally got very little else to say about this track other than I really fucking like it.
Yeah, same. I fucking love it, and just look them up. Yeah. Anyway, yes, good. We enjoy very much, thoroughly. Moving forward, for something more relaxing, are we going to attempt Lullaby for a Cat on Milo?
Feeling sleepy.
He just has his angry face that he always has. Lake's own back.
That failed miserably.
Yeah. Thank you for... Wow. Thank you for being with us in the second episode of K-Hole. We hope you enjoyed.
If my eye makeup changed in the past 5 minutes because I just started like tearing up from brain snot stuff and I had to wipe some of it off. So continuity.
Anyway, but yeah, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed it. If you would like to keep up with the stuff that we're going to put out in the future, then please subscribe. Please give the video a like. Don't make us beg. Yeah, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Au revoir.
Caca. Caca.